Alrighty guys, welcome to the off-season. Another pretty good season for us, but I hope we're going to really start ramping it up. According to championship contenders, we should be a monster come year 5. This is only the end of year 3, and again, this series ends after the 5th season or national championship, whichever comes first. And I'm celebrating an 8-5 season, so clearly I think the 5 years is going to come first. Virginia Tech takes home the national championship, so at least our conference produced that. Now, like we did last season, we're going to start the episode by looking at the conference standings and figure out who's getting relegated, promoted, all that good stuff. Alright, we end up finishing 6th place in our own division. That's not bad, we weren't the bottom at least. Syracuse was, so Syracuse will be relegated, and West Virginia will still have the protection, even though we beat them. Okay, so now I'm very confused. Virginia Tech lost in the national championship to OU by 2 touchdowns, but they're still ranked number 1. I don't understand. Either way, it doesn't matter, because they will be protected next season. And down at the bottom, East Carolina. Thank you for coming, but you're going right back to the American. And now as for the teams coming up, I don't like it. Army will be promoted. They're going to swap places with East Carolina, so this way Army Navy stay in the same division. And in Pittsburgh, 1 season down in the American was enough. They're coming right back up. Again, Rutgers still cannot get out of the American Conference. Alright, we have Texas up here at number 1 in the Big 12. They won the division, but not the conference. That went to Oklahoma, but they will still be protected. But down there at the bottom, it's SMU, finishing at a terrible 2-10 record, and they'll be relegated back to Conference USA. Now in the Red River, Oklahoma, apparently the national champions, but they did win the division. They won the whole conference, so they're going to get a protection next year. Down at the bottom, Kansas State, but they won the division last year, so they're protected. We move on up to Tulsa, and they are going back down to Conference USA. Alright, now this is where the geography is going to get a little messy, but it's okay. We're going to have Iowa State and Memphis, both of them on a 6-2 record. They're both going to get promoted. Iowa State will be swapping places with Tulsa, so it'll be in the same division as Iowa. Memphis, on the other hand, is going to go after the Lone Star, even though that's not where the Tennessee schools are, but that's just how it works out. Big Ten leaders, Ohio State, undefeated, but they didn't win the national championship. I don't understand. Ohio, all the way down to the bottom, 0-12. That one's pretty easy on who's getting relegated. And this will actually make it easy. Michigan, after getting promoted for the first time, they win the whole division. They will not be relegated, obviously, so they were protected this year. They're protected again next year. But down to the bottom, Purdue, you gone. And in the MAC, we're going to have Kent State and Miami moving up. And look at Northern Illinois. They still can't get promoted, man. They're trying their hardest. Minnesota's all the way down to the bottom. They've just settled in down there. Both these teams are from Ohio, but Kent State finishes on top. So they're going to swap places with Ohio itself. And Miami's stuck swapping places with Purdue. Pac-12, Oregon won the whole conference. Obviously, their division. They're protected. Colorado State all the way down at the bottom. They will be relegated. They've been flirting with that for a little while, but it's finally happening. And in the Pacific, USC won their division, and Nevada all the way down at the bottom, 0-9 in conference, they're gone. And being promoted, San Jose State actually finished number 18 in the country, and in Hawaii, who we actually just beat in the last episode, they're not only going up, they've only spent 1 year in the Mountain West, they're going right back to the Pac-12. SEC is usually pretty sloppy, but it looks like they rebounded this year, so Ole Miss goes 10-0 in the conference, so they'll be protected next year. And then down here at the bottom, Louisiana Tech, they're going to get relegated. Just barely. I mean, Troy was protected anyway, so they were getting relegated no matter what. And in the Glades, once again, Georgia Tech wins the damn division. And all the way down at the bottom, FIU, another 0-9 conference record, they're going to go back to the Sun Belt. And going back to the SEC, finally Arkansas is going, but Arkansas State's the one ranked in the top 25. So Arkansas State will swap places with Louisiana Tech, and Arkansas will switch places with FIU. That is close. Arkansas, Tulane, and Southern Miss all went 5-3. We almost had a team go 5-7 to get promoted. Now we went through season stats, all that stuff already. This is actually going to be a pretty streamlined offseason. We're really only going after 1 recruit, so nothing really for signing day is going to be too exciting. And then setting up the recruiting board, which I don't go over in this episode anyways, if this guy, Marvin Ross, if he cannot play tight end for us, then we're going to need a tight end. Otherwise, I'd say we're pretty much all set. I'll set it up for fun, but I'm not going to bother going over the recruiting the next 2 seasons if that's what happens. So let's jump forward and see if we're going to get anyone drafted. I don't think we will. I don't think Mason is that good. Oh, so I just realized that we actually don't have Letter of Intent maxed out. I swore we did. That's not good. Yeah, absolutely everybody here is graduating. No one is getting drafted. No surprise. Thornton's our best player in 84 overall. Makes you wonder if I had redshirted him a year, would he have been drafted? I doubt it. I still don't think he would have cleared a 90 overall. Oh, we finally got one. The right guard from Connecticut wants to come here. Yeah, we'll take you, just in case. You know me, I always love some offensive line depth. All right, this is going to be real easy. We're just going to max out Tanner. That's all there is to it. I kind of wanted to go after Williams here, throw a few points at him. We're just going to have to hope that what we gave him already is enough. No one who's left to go after is going to make or break us anyways. 78 overall D-end would just be nice to have, but he's not going to be starting for us. He would probably just catch a red shirt. But it'd be good to have some depth. Alright, let's see if we can sign him. And let's see if we finish for the top 5 recruiting class. Well, we leveled up. Too little, too late. Nah, we got him. No one else. Oh no, we got a 56 overall left out of the side linebacker. So, yay. We only had a top 10 class though, so we fell down a little bit, but that's still good. Yeah, we dropped down to number 7. We didn't have any 5-star prospects, but we still got one hell of a recruiting class put together, considering the company we're keeping right now. Alright, this is the big one. Marvin Ross, can you actually be an undersized tight end? No. Not even a little bit. Nope. I'm going to throw him at wide receiver. I think that's a good spot for him. He's 6'5". I mean, we don't need another 6'5" quarterback, so let's throw him at wide receiver. Alright, this guy's a junior JUCO. He would also be a wide receiver, so sure, we'll do that for right now. About Jesse Hall. Halfback. Swain is a 79 overall free safety. Oh, let's pop you there for a second. Alrighty, so quarterbacks, no change here. It's the same 3 guys. Halfback. Yeah, it's kind of a loaded group now. We got 3 recruits coming in. Hall, I just signed him. I guess we're not really going to need him very much. So Baldwin might actually transfer out. And wide receiver, this JUCO's actually our best guy now, but I don't know where he's going to fit in. Jeremy Johnson had some catches, but honestly, Ross... Actually, Ross might catch a red shirt. Have him for his senior year, and let Jones get the start, so these will be our 4. Tight end is still trash. Evans might go up to like a 68. He might be better than Hargrove, but if he is, it's barely. We're going to have a true freshman starting at left tackle for us. Last year's left tackle moved over to right. I'm going to redshirt him because those guys are both seniors. Cooper actually is probably not... He's probably going to catch a red shirt too. And then Barclay will get the start over him. Same thing, center. Hayes, he was okay, but I think Bush might get the start. 2 senior right guards, I have nothing to do with them. And Partison's going to sit on a red shirt because he's a transfer. And yeah, right tackle, 2 seniors, and an Elliott. He'll catch a red shirt. Defensive end, you got Freeman. I put Mosley, our middle linebacker, over here. He's still pretty good. Actually, a lot of our linebackers are pretty good linemen. And then right end, the true freshman, Brian Tanner, went over here. He'll just catch a red shirt. Although he's a lot faster than Smith. Maybe I should put Smith... Oh my god, look at the D-tackle he is. So do I take Ray and put him on the offensive line? All of a sudden, getting this one random guy that we didn't really need has unlocked everything. You know, we're going to take Mosley. We're going to put him at right end. So we'll have Smith and Ray. I'll let Watson catch a red shirt so he can stay around. God, why aren't we playing a 4-3? Left outside linebacker is going to be the same. It's going to be Matthews. Middle linebacker, Stevenson. He stayed an 82 overall. I can move him pretty much anywhere in the front 7. The worst he's going to be is an 81. And then Parham's here, but it's actually going to be Carter starting, just because he's the fast guy. And then Skinner, he made some plays for us. He gets to stay at right outside linebacker. McMillan backing him up. Cornerback, I ended up putting Swain over here. He's a 79 overall free safety, but I need another cornerback. So he'll go over here. He'll be our nickel back. He'll get the start over King. Free safety, we got Brian Scott, who's a senior, which means I can redshirt Holland, and he'll be ready for our 5th and final season. And then we got the JUCO and Joe Ryan, 74 overall. He's going to go over to strong safety, and he'll catch a red shirt just so we have some depth. Hartman, the 86 overall punter. He's an 85 kicker, so obviously. And then Martin, if I can keep the roster spot, I'm actually going to put him over at punter and redshirt him. This way we don't have to worry about it. But now, let's go take a look at the training results. This is basically what's going to decide who gets the Deshaun Gaddy Award. Frazier with a +5, and we actually, our center got a +7, who backed up last year. Yeah, he's going to get the start. Oh, I meant to put someone at quarterback so I could redshirt Hill. And these two down here also got +5s. Good for you guys. Winston got a +5, so I guess the DGA goes to Allen, because he's already up to an 86 overall. That's not bad. Wade got a +4, Miller a +4. Jeremy Johnson did work up to a +5, a 77, and his reward for that is going to be a red shirt, it looks like. Webb a +4, and then Brown, Lewis, these guys down here, great. Tight end, yeah, Evans up to a 69, so he is better overall than the recruit we brought in. But I am absolutely going to try and go out there and find something at tight end. I don't care if I just sign like 5 tight ends and cut everyone here. If I can get a couple guys, like if they're at least a 75, they're going to be better than anything Evans gets. So they'll automatically be starting for us. That's how desperate we are. Let's see, left tackle, cool. All right, yeah, so Barclay got a +6. He's up to an 80 overall. So Cooper, +5. Good results for our offensive line. But I'll let Cooper catch a red shirt. This way, we'll start Barkley. It just makes more sense. Take the 7 overall points. Yeah, a +7 for Bush. Hayes gets a +5, so he'll be sitting there waiting for us next year. We got 2 81 overall guards, so now they tied. All right, so I think Vaughn's actually about to go back in the starting lineup after pissing me off in the second season. And then Parsons, who's going to sit on a red shirt, he's a 77. That's good. That means we'll have at least a starter at right guard. And then Elliott got a +5 to a 77, but Murphy is an 80. Ingram's a 75, so I think my best bet is still just redshirt Elliott. So this way, we're not worried about the offensive line is set. As far as the starters go, offensive line is now going to be set for us. I mean, if I can find like an 82 overall gem, that would still be better than what we're going to get out of Cooper. But really, like, that's it. Otherwise, we're not going to do any better than what we got. Freeman gets a +5 up to an 84 overall. Mosley gets a +5 to a 79. He's probably not going to be starting. I think I'll just start the true freshman. Smith gets a +5 up to an 87. Ray gets a +5 up to an 83. So yeah, redshirting him was a good call. But he's still just going to be a backup for us. I'd rather have Jesse Smith in here. Watson, +5, pretty good season for him. I'll catch a... does he even need a red shirt? I might let him catch a red shirt. Matthews gets a +4 up to a 79 overall. Parham gets a +5. Carter gets a +4, but he's still going to be starting. He didn't make a ton of plays. I just prefer having the speed out there. And Skinner gets a +4. He's real fast, though. 84 speed, 86 excel. Sledge with a +4. Holy Cross with a +5. King gets a +4, so he's going to be tied with Swain. So Swain's going to get the start. And yeah, +5. The worse they are, the better the results are going to be. So these guys get a +5, and it gets them to a 63. Free safety Scott jumps up to an 81. That's why I'm comfortable redshirting the freshman. And Warren gets only a +3. Hughes is tied with him. But the speed on Warren is incredible. I was thinking there for a second, should I redshirt Warren and just go with Hughes? No, why would I do that? Look at the speed difference. For haha, so Martin gets a +5. He's the better punter out of the two. But... oh, he got a +5 kick power. All right, that's not terrible. He's still going to catch a red shirt, though. We can take a real quick look at recruiting, because I'm basically just going to go through, see who, like, the top prospects are, like, who, like, we're, like, number 1 or 2 on their board, add anyone who's any good, and then basically just add tight ends. All right, let's just add, okay, 4-star, we're 6 on his board, that's good. We're going to add everybody, just all tight ends. Oh, this would look good for us. 77 overall JUCO, and a 76. What else you got for JUCOs for me, guys? I need all of them. All right, so the JUCO, so far, this guy goes up to an 80, so already as good as Mason was. And Johnson goes with 77, so these 3 guys would be great, too. Now, obviously, all these guys aren't staying on our board. What I'll do is I'll go like a week or 2, and then whoever we're not getting, I'll clear out the board and let the computer fill out the rest of it. I'm also not going to mess around. I'm going hardcore after those JUCOs. All 3 of them are getting a full 700 points. Otherwise, let's take a look at our schedule. But you already know who we're redshirting, and you pretty much already know who our depth chart is. It's his best overall player. All right, the upside of having 9 conference games, it makes it real easy. So we'll have a bye to open up the season. We'll be at Maryland, which is what we did last year to start off the season. Then we'll be home for Boston College. I think at this point, we're going to be a better overall team than them for the rest of this. And this is just if we have any early recruits who want to come in for a visit. We're going to be at home for South Carolina, then at... Oh, Eastern Michigan. I didn't reschedule them. Okay, I got to redo that. Hold on. Who can we get instead of them? You know, we'll go at UTEP. I never actually played this team, I don't think. So, yeah, I'll make my non-conference as easy as possible. I want bowl eligibility, guys. And if we're going for a natty this year, then I don't want to be stressing out over my non-conference. The ACC has the defending national champion, apparently, so it should be good enough for us to just run through the season undefeated, and we'll go to the national championship. I'm not predicting that for this season, but we don't have to worry about our out-of-conference schedule. So we'll be at UTEP, at Marshall, home for Buffalo. Like I said, they're always going to have a place on my schedule. Home for Duke, home for Penn State, home for Clemson. So a rough part of the schedule, but we're home for all of it. At UConn, at Pittsburgh, and finishing up at West Virginia again. And that's it. That'll wrap up this episode. So, thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video, please be sure to hit like down below. If you want to see more from me, be sure to subscribe. Hit the notification bell to get it delivered directly to your inbox every single time I upload. Any thoughts, suggestions, what have you, leave all that down in the comment section below. Everything you leave down there, I will always respond to, unless you are the trolliest of trolls. Thank you guys for watching. I'm Shane. I'm out.